They thought it was a game. They saw the smile, not the scars. They mocked the silence, never knowing it was the calm before a goddamn storm. Now they get front row seats to the fire they lit, and I'm the one fanning the flames. You see, there's a certain kind of arrogance that festers in fools, the type that laughs at what they don't understand, the type that pokes a sleeping beast, thinking it won't wake up. They challenged me, mocked me, dismissed me like I was nothing but background noise, a ghost. But the thing about ghosts, they always return, and this time, I'm not here to haunt them. I'm here to end them. They underestimated the wrong soul. They looked into my eyes and saw emptiness. But that void, it's where I buried every betrayal, every scar, every twisted lie they fed me. And from that grave grew something they'll never be able to kill. Resolve. Not the kind that whimpers in a corner, but the kind that smiles while walking through fire, the kind that sharpens pain into purpose. I gave them chances, mercy, even pity. But fools don't recognize mercy. They confuse it for weakness. They poke at it, prod it, dare it to respond. And now they're going to learn what happens when you keep pushing someone who was born in chaos, molded in silence, and driven by darkness. No more warnings, no more pretending to be nice, no more letting things slide. This world is cruel to the quiet ones, so I stopped being quiet. I stopped playing fair. I stopped being human in a world that rewards monsters. Now I'm something else, a beautiful catastrophe, a nightmare dressed in discipline. You wanted a reaction, now you'll choke on it. You wanted to play with fire, now burn. You wanted to test me. Well, congratulations, you just passed the point of no return, and there's no mercy waiting on the other side. The truth is, I tried to warn them. I really did. I walked away when I could have destroyed them. I stayed silent when I could have exposed them. I gave them time to evolve, to grow, to catch up. But instead, they laughed behind closed doors, spread my name like venom, tried to make me the joke. But now the joke's on them, because while they were busy talking, I was building, plotting, transforming. Do you know what it's like to walk through life constantly being underestimated? To have people smirk when you speak, to be treated like your pain is invisible, like your thoughts are disposable. I do, and every moment of that humiliation, I kept it, stored it like fuel, because someday I knew I'd need the fire. And now, I am the fire. They called me dramatic, said I was too intense, too cold, too calculated. They were right, because the old me died the day I realized mercy is wasted on fools. You don't heal in the same environment that broke you. You destroy it. You leave no trace. You rise like smoke from the ashes and make sure your absence screams louder than your presence ever could. They thought I needed validation. They thought I was fragile. They thought their betrayal would shatter me. But let me make something very clear. You can't break what's already been broken. You can only rebuild it into something unrecognizable. So now I wear their insults like war paint. Their betrayal is the ink in my blueprint. And their laughter, that's the soundtrack I play while I rise higher and higher, leaving their cowardly souls behind. They challenged me because they mistook my silence for surrender. But silence is where I sharpen my blades. It's where the next version of me is born, the one with no mercy left to give. Every challenge they threw my way was a lesson, not in defeat, but in evolution. I don't cry over scars anymore. I count them. They're not reminders of pain. They're proof I survived. They're reminders that every time they tried to break me, I turned into something more dangerous. You think I care about their opinions now? I don't. You think I'm here for applause, for validation, for their fake support? I'm not. I'm here to make damn sure every fool who challenged me remembers why they never should have. Because when I come, I don't come as a whisper. I come as a storm, a reckoning. the living consequence of every wrong they thought they'd get away with. They underestimated the one thing they should have feared most, a person with nothing left to lose. You push someone like that too far, and they don't snap. They detonate. I don't forgive. I don't forget. I rebuild. And while I rebuild, I calculate, strategize. I stop playing checkers and start playing chess. And when I finally move, it's not a step, it's a checkmate. Let them run, let them lie, let them hide behind their masks and pretend they're innocent. But truth always finds a way through the cracks, and I am the one holding the sledgehammer now. No mercy. Not for the cowards, not for the snakes, not for the fools who thought they were clever enough to challenge someone who was built in the dark. I don't need revenge. I am revenge. The walking embodiment of poetic justice, the ghost they tried to bury with silence, the flame they tried to put out with their lies. But guess what? I kept burning. And now I burn for them. Because every time they thought they'd won, they were just giving me more reasons to return sharper, colder, more precise. I don't need to scream. My silence is loud enough to haunt them. You know what the real power is? It's not in yelling, not in clapping back. Real power is when you look your enemy in the eye, smile and say, "You had your chance." They wanted me gone. They wanted me weak. They wanted me questioning myself. But I don't question anymore. I execute. I don't dream. I build. And I don't fear anything. Because when you've already faced hell, the devil just becomes another nuisance to ignore. So to every fool who challenged me, your time is up. I'm not the same. I don't flinch. I don't fall. I don't forgive. You had your laugh. You had your moment. But this is mine. And I'm not coming to prove a point. I'm coming to erase the ones who ever thought I was something less. No more mercy. No more compromise. No more playing nice in a world full of cowards. I'm done pretending, done shrinking, done giving chances to people who never deserved the first one. Let them choke on their guilt. Let them drown in their own lies. Let them rot in the prison they built for me, because I'm not inside it anymore. I was the prisoner, now I'm the warden. So the next time they hear my name, they'll whisper it, with fear, with regret, with the memory of what happens when you challenge someone who turned their pain into power and their silence into a symphony of destruction. No mercy for the fools who challenged me. Only consequences. And I am all out of patience.